Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my first of two Halloween design videos that I've done. Now I'll be honest, I'm not massively into Halloween. I would much rather be focusing on Christmas, but I thought I'd better do a couple of designs for you. So if you'd like to see how I created this set, keep watching. So I'm working on my red iguana hand today, which I did an unboxing of in my previous video. I've popped the base nails in and I've applied the gem stiletto tips and just cut the very end off. And now I am going to be using these fabulous decals from Queen of Decals, or the Decal Queen, not 100% sure what she is now, but I love these, so I am going to pick the images that I'm going to use and cut them out. Once they're cut out, I've popped them on a wet sponge. I'm going to put them to one side so that they're ready for when I want to add them into the design. So in this set I am using all gems acrylics as always. I have got crystal clear and pinky pink. These are my core powders that I'm using. For colour I have got Lola and Gale from the Taste the Rainbow collection. These are two beautiful neons. And then for a touch of glitter I've got Jaya, I think it's Jaya, from the new autumn collection. This is that glitter. It's a beautiful purpley pink holographic. It goes beautifully with these two colours. It's absolutely gorgeous. So first things first, thin clear base as always. So just going in with a nice little bead of my clear acrylic just to do on my thin clear base. Just want to do that on all of the nails, and then we are ready to get into the fun design part of this video. Okay, now I'm all finished with my thin clear base. I found these pink flakes in one of my nail art drawers. No idea where they came from, I've had them forever. But I thought they would be perfect just to add a little bit of sparkle at the cuticle on the pinky. So I've just picked up a teeny tiny amount with clear acrylic, and then I'm just placing it at the cuticle, fading it down ever so slightly, and then I'm going to leave that to set. Moving on to the ring finger, and I'll also do the same on the middle finger. I am just doing a bit of that pinky pink on the nail bed, just from the cuticle, and fading it down past, roughly past what would be the natural free edge if it was a natural nail. I am just doing this to give it more of a natural nail bed colour as opposed to that milky whitey plastic of the nail tips. I'm going to be going in with the decals and the glitter and things, so I've just done this as more of a wash. I'm not building up any strength or any structure here because it's all going to be encapsulated. I'm now moving back to the pinky, and I'm going to be doing a reverse smile line. So I want it so that it sort of ombres over top of those flakes at the cuticle. I've done this in a few designs previously and I really like how it looks, especially on a French reverse smile line. And now I'll be honest, I was a bit all over the place with this smile line today. I think partly I've not done any acrylic nails for quite a while. I've been focusing on gel polish. Last time I did do a lot of acrylics, it was hotter because we're into autumn, winter now, and I just was making a right mess of it. It all came right in the end, and all I can say to you if that happens to you is don't panic. You know, you can fix anything with the nail file. So I just persevered and I got there, made sure I had a really nice shape for the smile line, and then I just wanted a nice blend over top of that glitter those flakes. I don't want to completely cover it, I just wanted it so it looks like they're poking out at the cuticle. So here you can see me just feathering that cover powder back ever so slightly to give myself that ombre effect. I think of it as a reverse ombre because normally you'd have the glitter going over top, whereas I've got it underneath. Does that make sense? I don't know, I'm rambling. Now I'm going to cap that nail bed in clear acrylic. This is where I'm going to get all of my apex and my structure in place. Make sure I keep that smile line nice and neat still. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect because we can file it. But you want to do as much work with the brush as you can to lessen your file time, basically. So just going in with a touch more to make sure all of those flakes are nicely encapsulated and I've got the apex I want, and then I'm going to leave that to set and go back to the ring finger and the middle finger, and I'm going to do a few of those flakes just where that nail bed colour fades out, and then I just sort of fade it over top. Now this is what I think of more when I think of an ombre, the glitter over top. That could just be me. Because both ways are an ombre. I think of it more of as an upside down ombre when the glitter's underneath. But again, rambling. Just going to do a little bit on both of these nails in the middle. Not loads. I just wanted to bring some of those flakes in to the other nails as well. So you see, I'm just using the brush to pull them apart, fade them out. You only need a teeny tiny amount because a little goes a really long way, and I really do recommend not using any flakes like this if you have a cold, hay fever, anything like that, because one sneeze, one cough and they're everywhere. I'm now using that beautiful Jaya glitter acrylic, and I'm going to sort of overlap that with the flakes and then bring it right down to the very tip. This has got so many different cuts in it. It is absolutely beautiful. And what I didn't realise at first is it has some stars in there. So what you're going to see me do on this nail is try and pull a couple of the stars up towards that nail bed. Here it's coming now. There we go, star. And I just wanted a couple of stars on that nail bed. So just picking them out and placing them up. I don't want any of the other glitter, so you will see me sort of wipe that away. And I again keeping this thin because it's all got to be encapsulated, but this glitter mix was so full of different cuts of glitter that it was easy to get full coverage. Really nice. And you just see me using the tip of my brush just to pat it and poke it and fill in any gaps. On the index finger I'm going to do an ombre. No, I'm not. I'm doing a marble. And I'm using that Lola and Gale plus a little touch of the Pinky Pink cover acrylic. To be honest, you don't really see much of the Pinky Pink, but I used it anyway. Now, any of you that have watched my videos in the past will know I'm not a massive fan of marbles with acrylic. I don't mind them so much with gel polish, but with acrylic I've never really been a fan of them. I like everything to be just so, and with marbles you kind of just have to let go and go with the flow, and I'm not very good with that. But I do much prefer doing them with gems acrylic. I find they marble beautifully. Maybe that's, I don't know, it's just me. But anyway, I'm doing a marble on this finger, so not on the finger at all, I'm doing it on the nail. So it's just picking up little beads of each colour, making sure they're nice and wet. You want to work wet with a marble, and then just the tip of my brush pulling it through to get that nice marble effect. You don't want to over mix it, you don't want to pull and pat too much, because you want that nice marble. You don't want a smushy mess. And then I'm going to leave that to set. Off camera I filed that smile line so that it's nice and crisp, and now I'm going in with the same two colours, Gale and Lola, and I'm doing a little bit of a marbly tip on this one. So you can see I'm getting right into the wings, sort of pulling that right up in there so that there's no clear gaps, and just swiping it down so it's sort of the same height all the way round. If it's not, that's where you'll start to see a bit of a wonky smile line. So I like to pat it all down so it's similar sort of height, and I will be encapsulating this as well, otherwise I'd completely file away the marble. So I'm just adding little little beads of each colour to fill in any gaps, and so that I've got a nice mix of the purple and the pink, as you can see, right up into the wings, wiping it down, or not wiping it down, patting it down, and just adding a touch more where I felt I needed a little bit more. Push in the sides, and then we will leave that. I'm going to add a little bit of the Jaya glitter just in the middle of this marble nail, where you might have noticed there was a little bit of the pinky pink showing through. I always plan to add some glitter, so I hadn't left that bit of pinky pink there for any other reason than it just was like that, but I've ended up covering it with the glitter. And I've just done a little bit of a swooshy swoop of the glitter. Now we're going to apply our decals. So these have been soaking on that wet pad. I'm going to go in with a very small wash of clear acrylic. This is just to help me adhere the decals. Slide it off the backing paper, and then I'm just going to place it gently, because I don't want to tear it, where that wet tacky acrylic is, and then gently pat it down. You would be better off using gloves here because that is uncured product, but this is me and I don't really like wearing gloves. And I'm going to leave that to set in place and do exactly the same on this now. So you can see, small wash of clear acrylic, picking up the decal off that wet sponge and gently sliding it. I'm going to place it where I want it and then just pat, pat, pat. You don't want to push or pull or smush or anything, you just want to pat it in place and leave it to set. And then I was going to leave the design like this, but I decided I wanted to add another decal on this nail. So I cut one out, popped it on the pad, and then you can see I'm doing exactly the same thing. A little wash of clear acrylic. You don't want it to be wet, you want it to be slightly tacky, because that way the decal won't smush. And then I'm just going to pat it into place. And now I really was happy with this design. So that is all the acrylic and the glitters and the decals laid down. Now I need to encapsulate these in clear acrylic. I need to build my apex, make sure I've got all the correct strength and structure, make sure everything is fully encapsulated to protect the design, and then off camera I will file these nails to shape and we will be ready to finish off. So, ta-da! Bit of magic of editing there. These nails are now completely filed to shape. The design is coming together, but I wanted to add just a little bit of detail to the pinky. So I've got my black cream gel from Perfect Nails, which I got from the nail team, and I'm just going to add a couple of little dots on this nail, and then using a detailer brush I'm just going to pull through to give it sort of that starry look. That's just pulling in the stars from the decals and the stars from the glitter. So you can see I'm just pulling through. I put the smallest amount of that black gel on the tip of my brush, but I've used the bulk of it from that dot I've already put in the middle. And then I'm going to do exactly the same to the other dot, and then I will cure this gel for 60 seconds. So you see, just pulling through. They don't need to be perfect. You can always add a little bit more in the middle if you feel you need to afterwards, as you can see I've done here. Now I'm going to cure these, and now I'm just going to add some neon pink crystals. These are again from the nail team, just next to those stars, just for a little bit of extra detail. I could have left this bit out and just left the nail as it was, but I just wanted to add a little bit more. So you see I'm just doing little dots of glue and then just placing these crystals on the nail, and once they are dried into place, it is time to bring in Tina, and we are going to top coat all of these nails. Now I have just gone over top of these crystals. I wouldn't normally recommend it, but just for ease in this design I just went over them, and actually it looked fine. If they were actual Swarovskis or Preciosa or anything like that, I would not go over them, but in this case it was fine. And I'm just going to fully top coat all of these nails. This is where we are going to see this design come back to life. We're going to really appreciate that glitter, the colours, the detail in the decals are all going to come back to life with just one coat of Tina Top. She is like magic. She really is. So nice coat of Tina on all of these nails. I'm going to pop into the lamp to cure for 60 seconds, and that is my first Halloween video of 2022 done. Now, while I'm finishing faffing around with Tina Top, I just thought I would let you all know that I now have a discount code to be used at the Nail Team. And you can get 5% off any full price products. It's not available on sale items, but gems, acrylics, gel polishes, glitters, anything you like. If you use my code Helen5, you can get 5% off. So it's a great opportunity to go and stock up on Christmas glitters and colours, or just treat yourself because you want to. So pop Helen5 in the discount code box and that'll get you 5% off. And this design is now complete. I really liked how this turned out. As I said, I'm not really a Halloween-y fan. I much prefer Christmas, but I did like this. It's girly, it's pink, it's neon, and I loved how it turned out. And I really hope you do too. If you check out my Instagram and my Facebook, I've got loads more Halloween designs on there. For someone that doesn't like Halloween very much, I did go all out this year with my designs. So go and check them out. The links are in the description box. I will also put all the product details I have used in there too, so you can remind yourself if you wish to. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, please click subscribe. I will have another Halloween design for you tomorrow. But don't forget, use Helen5 at the Nail Team for a discount. Happy Halloween, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye! Mwah!